there, Simon Whitlock. We said that the big combination finishes for Whitlock's a good barometer of how well he's playing. So is the grouping of his darts. He really does stick them very, very tightly together when he's playing his best stuff.
$68. $97.
Mensur hasn't played perhaps as much darts as we would have expected this year. Didn't compete at all at the UK Open qualifiers. He was back home in Austria, basically making sure his wife was all right. She'd been in hospital, pregnant with, I think, their second child. She didn't do very well.
60.
So he didn't play any of the UK Open qualifiers. That meant that he didn't qualify for the UK Open itself. Had 3 runs to the last 16 of the Players' Championship Series in the first 4 events.
140.
But he was a first-round loser yesterday against Jan Dekker. He's left himself the 170. Whitlock is not going to take out the 164. He was looking at 2 treble 19s for a dart at the bullseye.
100.
Whitlock took out the 170 in his game against Sheffer earlier on this streaming board. Can Suljovic take out a 170 here? To do a Whitlock to Whitlock. Well, no, he couldn't. Not right now.
60.
So Whitlock to level things up at 1 apiece. Another one of those for the double.
Game shot.
And that will do very nicely. 1 apiece. 15 dart reply from Simon Whitlock after a 16 dart as a open up proceedings from Mensur Suljovic. Man who's just opened his new dart shop. It's not an actual shop. It's not like stood at the counter serving you. If he did, I would imagine the service would be very good, but it would take a long while. And there's always a danger of being headbutted.
59.
But it's an online thing. You've heard of the internet, you know. For all your darting needs. Or some of them, I assume.
$58. $58.
Mensur with his idiosyncratic throwing action, it really is beyond any explanation or description, but the legacy of him suffering dartitis a few years ago. Couldn't release the dart properly, so now rather than holding it like a pen or a pencil as a lot of players would, you can see he just sort of rests it over one of his fingers, jiggles it around before he throws, has a lot of chalk on his fingers just to improve the grip. Whitlock fires in his second 180 of this contest, and it leaves him 64. He took that out in the previous leg. Can Suljovic take out the 144 to hold his throw? He may do. Needs another one of those. Doesn't get it.
96.
I'll leave him 48. Whitlock, it'll be the same route as the previous leg, looking at the 16s, but he gets the treble, so it's 2 darts at double 8 now.
56.
Misses outside, then misses inside. So Mensur, will it be 20 for double 14? It would not be surprising if that is the route he chooses. It is. Well, he doesn't miss this very much.
34.
But he's missed 2 darts at it there. Mensur Suljovic, well, a real curate's egg there as Mensur misses 2 darts for the leg at double 14, his favourite double, where he's usually so deadly, and Simon Whitlock makes him pay and gets the first break of throw in this one by pinning double 4. The Wizard into the lead for the first time in this one.
$140.
I can tell you we have a couple
57.
of semi-finalists confirmed. Raymond van Barneveld's run has come to an end, and the Merverts are celebrating because Mervyn King, a 6-2 winner, and the King is one game away from a second Pro Tour final this year. He faces the winner of the Michael van Gogh and Kim Huybrechts game. I think that may have just come to an end. In fact, it has. MVG has won it.
140.
Michael van Gogh is a 6-2 winner as well. So it's Michael van Gogh versus Mervyn King, a repeat of the Grand Prix final from those years ago where van Gogh claimed his first major title. Peter Wright is also
91.
through to the semi-finals. He's seen off Richard North. A second consecutive quarter-final run for Richard North. And so it is Peter Wright who awaits the winner of this one. And Mensur Suljovic,
140.
140, leaves 164. Whitlock's left the 170. He's already taken this out today. He's already taken it out once today. Oh, it just skews off into the treble 5. He fancied it as well, you could see. Frustration
94.
for Whitlock. Now, Mensur, he may look at 2 treble 19s, or does he go treble 20, treble 18? Which route is it, Mensur? Well, it's the latter. Treble 18 he wants now. And now he wants the bullseye. And that is bang in the middle of the bullseye. Mensur Suljovic, a 164 checkout. Whitlock denied a dart at the bull for a 170 as his dart deflected into the treble 5. No such problems for Mensur. 164. And he has done a Whitlock right at Whitlock to break straight back and kicks off 180 as well. We have got a game on here, folks.
56.
The number 1 seed, Michael van Gogh, today in the semi-finals. So is the number 2 seed, Peter Wright. The number 3 and 4 seeds here are battling it out for the right to face Wright.
96.
And Mervyn King is the other semi-finalist. He is seeded number 20.
130.
Once again, the cream has risen to the top at the Players' Championship. We've seen a lot of surprise runs and even surprise finalists. First-time winner in Rob Cross and 5 different winners over the course of the 5 events so far this year.
123.
Mensur Suljovic missing the bullseye. It's going to be a 180 for Whitlock
180.
to get to a finish, and that's exactly what he's done. That's a 3rd maximum for the Wizard. Down to 132. Mensur on 102. 82 left. Is it bull or treble 14? It's bull, and he hits the bull. So double 16 for Mensur.
70.
Misses outside. Now Whitlock. What a shot this would be. He had 2 bulls in a 120 finish against Warwick Sheffer. Oh, he's missed it by a mile. Well, 34 scored, leaves 98, so treble 20 would leave double 19.
54.
In the end, he leaves 78, and Mensur will have another crack at this double 16 for a 3-2 lead. And
Game
there
shot.
it is. Mensur does get the leg. It's 2 legs on the spin, and he assumes the lead once more. Does Mensur Suljovic, top player from Austria, top player from a German-speaking part of the world, and certainly flying the flag for European darts, along with the likes of Kim Huybrechts of Belgium. And a load of Dutch guys. There's some decent Dutch
140.
players around.
$81.
Mensur, winner on the European Tour last year. Kept making
100.
semi-finals and kept coming a cropper, but finally got through to the final. 1-1, made a final of the next European Tour just a week later.
80.
Made a final on the Pro Tour just a couple of weeks after that. final of the European Championship, his first big TV final, where he got an absolute hiding from Michael Van Gerwen, but he beaten Phil Taylor along the way, playing some superb stuff.
$45.
He's not happy about that. He's very demonstrative, Mensur Suljovic. Arms flailing around.
140.
Ton 40 for Whitlock, leaves him 60. Mensur would love to leave himself double 18 here. Needs to fill it up to do that. Bit like this. Just like this. A second maximum for Mensur. 2 darts for Whitlock. Little shuffle across the oche to try and open up that bed. Now he moves back to the centre to try and pin double 10.
50.
And he misses. 2 darts. Go begging for Simon Whitlock, and that 180 from Whitlock. How much of an effect did that have? That 180 from Suljovic on Whitlock there.
Game
and
shot.
Again, double 9 comes to Mensur's rescue, and he opens up a 2-leg cushion. The Austrian. Just a swagger in his walk as he makes his way back. You see him rubbing his fingers. That's the chalk that he uses. And he's in there again.
180.
Oh, it's another one. It's 180s in the last 3 legs for Mensur Suljovic.
58.
Is Simon Whitlock's challenge coming to an end here? Mensur Suljovic looking good to go 5-2 up, forcing the Wizard to win the last 4 legs, or to be knocked out in the quarterfinals. And he follows up the 180 with a 134. Wizard needs to fill it up, does fill it up. But he's still some way behind.
$60.
Just the 60. Mensur, he says. Not happy with himself. Comes down for the 19s and hits the treble.
96.
96. That leaves him 167. Good awareness from Whitlock to make sure that he left the finish.
Yep, 127. Yeah.
Mensur will look at treble 20 here. If he gets it, he'll then look at the 17s. If he doesn't, he'll look at treble 19. Well, it's treble 19.
$59.
Just the 59. Well, the 167 is not going for Simon Whitlock. Mensur may only get
93.
1 dart for this leg. And he may end up getting it at his favourite double 14. He's going to look at treble 20 first for double 4. Now, does he stay there for double 14? He does. Double 14 it is. He missed 2 darts at it earlier. He doesn't miss it again. We said he doesn't miss double 14 very often, Mensur Suljovic. Normal service is resumed for the gentle.
60.
And Simon Whitlock, 5 PDC titles since the back end of last year. But I don't believe that the Wizard is going to make it 6 this afternoon in Milton Keynes, because Mensur Suljovic
60.
has a 3-leg advantage, 1 leg away from a place in the semi-finals to face Peter Snakebite Wright, the world number 3 and the UK Open champion.
$60.
Not a single trouble between them in this leg. And Whitlock starting to miss the big numbers now. There we go. That's more like it for the Wizard.
80.
Oh. Spoke too soon. Looks ominous.
140.
Mensur Suljovic. Looks like it needs to change his flights. They look like they've been chewed by a dog. Seems to be working
98.
for him. He's certainly got an opportunity here to get down to a finish on the Whitlock throw and give himself a chance to close this out 6-2 in what would be a pretty convincing victory against a man who's played some excellent darts today in Simon Whitlock. Indeed, some excellent darts over the last few months, but it may be a bridge too far for the Wizard today.
58.
with Mensur Suljovic. 1-4-1. Not very far away, but far enough. Well, 70 scored, 71 left.
83.
Well, that will leave him 58 for the match, unless Whitlock can produce a big one. And he may do, you know. He may do. Double 14. And he takes out the Mensur Suljovic favourite. Double 14 at the end of another big combination checkout. He is not done just yet, the Australian. 5-3. That is one of the 4 legs he needs. Well, Mensur threw a Whitlock at Whitlock by taking out a massive 164 on the bullseye. The Wizard has just done a Mensur back at Mensur and taken out a 148 and double 14. But still the Austrian holds the advantage.
100.
130 points clear. Whitlock. That's no help to him.
123.
Good adjustments. Absolutely firing those darts into the board, Simon Whitlock. Really strong throw that he's got.
$57.
Is this an opportunity? Well, Whitlock again in the treble 1, and this time 43. He can't adjust properly. Well, he's
60.
left himself a finish, but it's a big one. The 154. Whitlock may use the bullseye at some point here. Well, he does do there, and he's going to try and find the treble 20. He does do. 105, leaves 130. Only needs 1 treble for a dart at the bullseye. And he will get a go at it, Simon Whitlock. Is Mensur going to leave himself?
98.
56. 2 match darts for Mensur if he gets a go at that. But Whitlock may deny him that chance because double 5 now for 5-4.
120.
Misses high, and Suljovic to close it out and book his place in the semi-finals to face Peter Wright. Double top he wants.
60, yeah.
It is the single. He thought he might have accidentally hit the double there, Mensur Suljovic. Double top for a 6-3 win. And the gentle pins it, last dart in hand. Simon Whitlock's challenge comes to an end in the quarterfinals.
Good game, guys.
And the Austrian will take on Peter Snakebite Wright. It is the number 3 seed versus the number 2 seed.